Joining me now, he's our Mariano Rivera of the evening. I've been waiting to use that line, is Congressman Ro Khanna of California. He's a member of the House Oversight Committee, always tells us what he thinks. I just want to start, Congressman, this was a big, historic day, not because of the outcome necessarily, but because of our judicial system working. Give me your reaction to the events of today and what you saw take place.
Well, first, I want to thank the jurors for doing their civic duty under extraordinary pressure. These are ordinary Americans. These are our fellow citizens. And they found overwhelmingly and so quickly that the government's case was overwhelming, that former President Trump committed election interference in 2016. And it's a total waste of the government's loss for Donald Trump, and that obviously will be a consideration for many people in this country.
No question about it. The jurors deserve a lot of gratitude, I think. They took this seriously. They studied their notes. They asked follow-up questions. You know, we've been talking a little bit tonight, Congressman, about some of your Republican colleagues and disparaging the jury, the verdict, saying a range of things that are threatening, contrary to the rule of law. Does any of that surprise you? Is there anything that can be done to kind of change what we're hearing in terms of that type of escalatory rhetoric from many of the Republicans that are your colleagues?
It's so sad because I grew up reading about Lincoln's Lyceum speech, the Republican speech. What Republicans used to talk about where Lincoln writes about a reverence for the rule of law, a reverence for the Constitution. And that used to be the debate. The Republicans used to say we need to be true to the Constitution. And now to see that party having no reverence for the rule of law, I mean, that's the exact opposite of American exceptionalism. And, you know, Jeffrey, it's become cliched to say, well, you know, the Democrats need to talk about the economy and the price of gas and the price of food, and we need to talk about the future, and we shouldn't be talking about this. And of course that's true. But you know what? That's not what made America exceptional. We just didn't have leaders who talked about the economy. What made America exceptional is we had leaders of character. We had leaders of values. We had leaders who had a reverence for the Constitution. Of course, the Democrats should talk about this and talk about what it means to be an exceptional nation and whether we really want a convicted felon in the White House. That's not what made us great as a country.
You know, to your point, you're clearly on message of your own message today, because you posted earlier today the 2024 election now comes down to this. Do you want a convicted felon in the White House, or do you want Scranton Joe who fights and delivers for working families every day? One of the things we've been talking about this evening is just like how much Democrats should talk about Trump as a convicted felon, about these legal cases, about the baggage. What would you like to see the president doing, say, at the debate coming up in just a couple of weeks in terms of how he approaches what is a significant moment in history?
I think the president should forget about the polls, forget about strategy, and speak from his heart. And he ran for president because he cared about the soul of America. And he should look the American people in the eye and he said, look, a president is more than just economic issues. A president is more than even just national security. A president embodies everything America stands for. A president is voting for a president, a sacred vote. When you vote for a Congress member, a senator, you look at the issues. Is someone pro-reproductive rights? Are they pro-gay rights? Where do they stand on guns? When you vote for president, you're saying, this is the person I want to represent the 250-year history of America and be the symbol to the world. And he should say, do you really believe that that person is Donald Trump? Is that the person you want your kids to say, he is my leader? And he should say, I'm not perfect, but I believe in this country. That's what's going to break through. It's not listening to some strategist, oh, you got to talk about the price of milk and the price of gas. He's got to show why he's at the age of 80, when he's been senator, when he's been vice president, when he's been president, when he can retire. Why is he still running? Why is he doing this? And if he does that, he's going to win this election.
Congressman Ro Khanna, lots of energy for us this evening, this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.